Hello and welcome to Revisiting Archive, the channel where we explore the fascinating history of common things. In this video, we will talk about the history of coffee, one of the most popular and widely consumed beverages in the world. How did coffee originate from a wild plant in Ethiopia and become a global commodity and a cultural phenomenon? How did coffee houses emerge in the Ottoman Empire and become the centers of social and intellectual exchange? How did coffee spread across the world during the age of exploration and influence trade, culture, and society? Let's find out. The origins of coffee are shrouded in legends and myths, but the most widely accepted story is that of Kaldi, a goat herder in Ethiopia, who noticed that his goats became more energetic and lively after eating the red berries of a certain bush. Curious, he tried the berries himself and felt a similar effect. He then took some of the berries to a nearby monastery, where a monk boiled them and made a drink that kept him awake during the night prayers. The drink soon became popular among the monks and the local people, and the word spread to other regions. Coffee was first cultivated and traded in the Arabian Peninsula, where it was known as kahwa, meaning the dark one or the wine of the bean. Coffee was initially used for religious and medicinal purposes, as it was believed to have spiritual and healing properties. It was also used as a substitute for alcohol, which was prohibited by Islam. Coffee was especially favored by the Sufi mystics, who drank it to stay alert during their long sessions of prayer and meditation. The first coffee houses, or caffeinated, appeared in Mecca and Medina in the 15th century, and soon spread to other cities in the Ottoman Empire, such as Cairo, Damascus, Baghdad, and Istanbul. These coffee houses were more than just places to drink coffee. They were also places to socialize, entertain, and exchange ideas. They attracted people from all walks of life, such as merchants, scholars, poets, artists, and politicians. They also hosted various activities, such as chess, backgammon, music, storytelling, and debates. They became known as schools of wisdom, or penny universities, as they offered a cheap and accessible way to learn and discuss various topics. The coffee houses also played a role in the political and social movements of the Ottoman Empire, as they provided a space for dissent and criticism of the authorities. The coffee houses were often frequented by the janissaries, the elite soldiers who had a lot of power and influence in the empire. The janissaries used the coffee houses as a platform to voice their grievances and to plot rebellions against the sultans. The sultans, in turn, tried to ban or regulate the coffee houses, fearing their subversive potential. However, these attempts were mostly unsuccessful, as the coffee houses were too popular and widespread to be suppressed. The coffee houses also served as a bridge between the Ottoman Empire and the rest of the world, as they facilitated the exchange of goods, information, and culture. The coffee houses were often located near the ports and the markets, where merchants and travelers from different countries and regions would meet and trade. The coffee houses were also the places where Europeans first encountered coffee and its stimulating effects. The Europeans were impressed by the coffee houses and their lively atmosphere, and soon adopted the habit of drinking coffee and opening their own coffee houses. Coffee became a global commodity and a cultural phenomenon during the age of exploration, when European explorers, traders, and colonizers brought coffee to different parts of the world. Coffee was introduced to India, Indonesia, and the East Indies by the Dutch, to the Americas by the French, the Spanish, and the Portuguese, and to the rest of Europe by the Italians, the Germans, and the British. Coffee was also cultivated and consumed in different ways, depending on the local conditions and preferences. For example, in Brazil, coffee was grown on large plantations with slave labor, while in Colombia, coffee was grown on small farms with family labor. In France, coffee was mixed with milk and sugar, while in Italy, coffee was brewed as espresso and cappuccino. In America, coffee was roasted and ground at home, while in England, coffee was sold in ready-made packets. Coffee had a significant impact on the trade, culture, and society of the world, as it stimulated the economy, the arts, and the politics. Coffee was a valuable and profitable crop that created new markets and industries, such as the coffee trade, the coffee roasting, and the coffee brewing. Coffee was also a source of inspiration and innovation that fostered the development of literature, music, science, and philosophy. Coffee was also a catalyst for change and revolution that sparked the movements for independence, democracy, and human rights. Coffee is one of the most fascinating and versatile beverages in history that has shaped and been shaped by the world. Coffee is more than just a drink. It is also a culture and a way of life. Coffee connects us with the past, the present, and the future, and with people from different places and backgrounds. Coffee is a common curiosity that deserves our attention and appreciation. What do you think of the history of coffee and its impact on the world? Do you agree or disagree with the facts and stories that we shared? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Revisiting Archive, where we explore the fascinating history of common things. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.